What is going on, guys? This is Joe Young coming at you with another update video on the 60p. This is the Ohko 60p. I haven't come up with a name with it yet, so I'm going to go roll with this until I figure out a name for it. But today I'm going to be filling up the tank, planning some stuff, and probably throw in the filter and start this bad boy up. Alright, so before I start filling this guy up, I'm going to actually throw the plants in here. I'm going to use some tongs that I got here. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm going to be able to use this. The substrate, when it's dry, it's really easy to plant stuff. As you can see, it's not like compact, it's not moist. So as a suggestion, always plant the plants before you fill it up completely. That way you don't disturb some of the substrate, and also it's just easier. So for this tank setup, I'm going to be rolling low tech in the tank. So I have some really nice crisp pink flamingos I'm going to be planting on the back of the tank. And in the front, I'm going to be using like a Bruce Philandra plant, a very small one to help carpet maybe some of the front here to fill in the gaps. I haven't used these guys in a while. They're a little bit tricky, but my tip for this is kind of try to hold the plant not too firm, not too hard. And when you point down, you just let go like this and pull it out, and that's how you keep the plant inside. Here's a mini Catherine Bruce. And here's another portion of it. So I'm gonna let the Bruce kind of take off a little bit. They're really slow growers, and as they takes off, I'm gonna probably trim some of this and put it in between these rocks up front here, and then kind of in the grooves, and I think it'll make it look pretty nice. Alright, so I have some Riccardia, tissue culture Riccardia. What I'm going to use with the Riccardia is I'm going to place it in the Ohko stones here in between these grooves and holes. So what's really nice is it has pockets, so I'm going to really just feed them in there, and then hopefully it grows nicely around the rocks and it'll have like a really natural look to it. Alright, one thing to note about tissue culture plants, it's immersed, so it has to basically grow submerged, and most of this plant will actually melt. And also it has a gel substance that actually the plant grows on, so you have to remove that, so make sure you remove that. I should have probably bought 2 cups of Riccardia because that was not a lot. That's okay, guys. I'll just let this grow in, and as they grow in, I'll propagate and actually transfer them to different rocks in different locations. Alright, here's another good tip, guys. If you guys are scaping and it takes a little while, make sure you mist the plants so they don't dry up. That way the plants will stay alive for you, and they won't get dried up, and then you can take as long as you need with the scape. Alright guys, it's time to fill up the tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a couple of these just kind of like, I don't know, these are scrubby thingies down here so that when the water comes in, it won't disturb the substrate. That's what I'm hoping, at least. As you can see, the little filter floss actually stops the water pretty well where it won't disturb the substrate. So I'm going to let this guy fill up. Alright, so as this is filling up, I'm going to install the filter. I decided to use the Fluval C2. Alright, the reason why I'm using a hang on the back versus a canister this time is because of the space. I don't actually have space to run a canister and actually place it down here. There's a lot of just small rooms. It would actually have to be on the side, and the wife didn't really like, you know, canisters just floating outside, so I have to make it look somewhat clean. So the only choice I had was running a hang on the back filter. So in this hang on the back filter, this is actually my first time using the C2 or the Fluval, so I'm hoping that this actually is, you know, good. So what I placed in here was C-Chem Matrix as the bio. There's actually a compartment in here that I'm actually use carbon in. I'm going to use carbon in probably for the first month to kind of remove anything that, you know, is from the substrate, anything that's bad, and then go ahead and probably remove this down the road. And then lastly, I'm going to add some Nitrifying Baterica to help jumpstart the tank. It's still going to take about 2 weeks to completely cycle. So I'm not in a rush. This is more of helping out the tank. Then of course a little bit of prime to help remove any chlorines in the water. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one, and until next time guys, peace.